Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 3. So this is going to be my review for Episode 3 of The Flash Season 3, which is otherwise entitled Magenta. Now towards the end of this video, I will be announcing the winner of that giveaway I started last week for one of the Flash Pop Funkos. So keep watching to find out if you were the winner of that giveaway. But before we get into this review, obviously there will be spoilers ahead. So if you have not watched the episode, don't watch, you'll get spoiled. If you're going to enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like on it. Also make sure to leave in the comment section below what was your favourite part of this episode, and subscribe if you are new. So let's get into what I thought of this episode. To start off, I love the fact that the new intro narration with Barry speaking over everything now includes Zoom, the multiverse, and Flashpoint as well. And you never know, throughout the season they might add new ones as well. The date between Iris and Barry was sort of awkward, but really highlights how difficult it is for them, not just Barry to live, like a regular domestic life, but both of them together as he is the Flash. It was interesting seeing that Harry and Jesse weren't affected by Barry's Flashpoint activity, that their timeline on Earth 2 isn't like mirrored from Earth 1, because that was never really confirmed if like Earth 1 was really like the basis of the whole multiverse, and then every other Earth following that was like a mirror image or like a mirror world. So at least they confirmed that, so the other Earths aren't affected by it. You could see the shock as well as disappointment on Wally's face when Jessie arrived and showed off her speed. It is important to remember how Edward Claris reacted and compare that with Wally in regards to their lost Flashpoint lives. How Edward Claris felt that there was something always missing in his life, and now they found out Barry was the one that took that from him. So it will be interesting to see if Wally is affected by Dr. Alchemy, or if his powers just slowly develop. The introduction to Frankie Kane, aka Magenta, was pretty lethal as she smashes her abusive foster father with a lamppost. And the Flash tends to do this in some episodes. I'll highlight something that's like a major issue in real life. In this episode, the case is domestic abuse, and in the Trajectory episode last season was about drug abuse, and there's been some other episodes revolved around different real life issues as well in previous seasons, and they really do highlight it, so it's another really good thing that the show does do. The interaction between Julian and Barry is great. I'm loving it so far. I'm excited to see that for many more episodes to come, and you'd expect that we're going to get much more of it because of the whole Dr. Alchemy issue and how he's creating all these different metahumans. It wasn't surprising seeing like Caitlin avoid Harry's attempt to get her to talk to Jessie about her speed, just trying to make it clear that she does not have metahuman powers, but of course we all know that she does, and that she's keeping it a secret from everyone that she knows. I did think it was pretty damn interesting when Julian had a go at Magenta, but was then saved by the Flash, because we haven't really heard his opinions on the Flash and what he thinks of him, because it is still difficult to determine whether Julian's character doesn't like metahumans or not. He has a massive interest in them because he studies them and researches them, and that's his job essentially, but we haven't really determined whether he's a big fan of them or not. I loved seeing Earth 2 Wells learn of the Flashpoint timeline and how Dr. Alchemy is using it to create these new metahumans such as Magenta. I just thought it was hilarious the way he reacted and was just treating Barry after that. I think it's good they are only giving us small scenes with Dr. Alchemy, and not longer scenes like over 30 seconds or a minute, which give us too much of the villain, which other shows tend to do. So it's good that they're slowly working him in and building up to something much more epic, if you know what I mean. You could sort of feel bad for Wally, but then question why he would go to the extreme measures he was going to get his powers. Putting his life on the line by jumping in front of that car. Because what if he'd waited until he was by himself after learning what Jessie did to get her powers, and then decided, you know what, just stuff it, I'm going to jump in front of a car and see if I get my powers. Bit of an extreme measure for Wally, but you can just see how desperate he is to get them. But even then, towards the end of the episode, he sees that sometimes having metahuman powers isn't that great, because he saw the struggle that Frankie was going through when Magenta was trying to take over her body. Now, was I the only one that thought it was pretty funny that all of Team Flash had panic buttons installed on their phones, just due to the fact that they kept on getting kidnapped? I think this was like a running thing on social media. It's like, why isn't there like an alert measure or like a tracking thing on all their phones and stuff like that? And even like just the way that Cisco delivers that line about them all being kidnapped was almost like a meta thing, if you know what I mean. Now, the way that Magenta was dealt with was great. It's a perfect representation of the Barry Allen character, trying to sort it out with words rather than unneeded violence. It did make sense with this character because it's a character that's struggling with a split personality rather than a character that is just plain bad and just wants to set out and do evil stuff. The emotional part of the episode definitely came with Harry and Jesse's talk at the end, when Jessie is also given her Speedster suit. Now this is actually Trajectory's suit from last season, just with some alterations. Like she's got like a black Flash logo now. So instead of like Barry's gold lightning bolt, it's now got a black one with a white background. But when we finally see her wear it, you'll see that it actually is Trajectory's suit. But they might make some even more alterations. They might have it short sleeved or something, who knows. That end credit scene though was insane, with the security footage of the rival being killed. Now we were unclear whether he had died or not, or whether he'd just been taken away from his cell. But then we got to confirm that he was dead before he even hit the damn floor. All we could see was a flash of light, but last episode we saw the armored arm grab him by the throat. So now we've really had it confirmed how fast Savitar actually is. He is just ridiculous. Now you gotta remember, Savitar in the comics is named after the Hindu god of motion. So he might be just like this ridiculously fast, like speedster god. And that's how they're gonna represent him on the show. But just looking back on that security footage, you couldn't even see his arm or anything like that. It almost looked like just like some sort of like pixie ball or something just floating through the air, killing the rival. It was absolutely insane. I cannot wait to see Savitar in his full form, hopefully around episode 6 or 7, because that's usually when they introduce the big bad for the season. But overall, I thought it was a really solid episode. You could argue that's a filler episode because it's got that sort of villain of the week formula thing going on. But overall, it adds to the larger context of the story throughout the season. And Team Flash actually learned throughout this episode about how Dr. Alchemy lures in these new metahumans by getting into their dreams and giving him these weird visions of their Flashpoint selves. But thanks for watching, guys, but let's get into the giveaway for last week. The winner is actually Lauren. Now Lauren will get a choice of the Flash, Zoom, or Reverse Flash in the form of a Pop Funko. Now we'll do another giveaway next week revolved around the Flash, so just keep your eyes out for that as well. But if you did enjoy the video, guys, make sure to leave a like on it. As I said before, leave what you enjoyed the most from this episode in the comment section below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.